There we go. Now we're live. As I said in my preview, I wasn't quite sure what time I was going to get started tonight. So let's see. Oh, we're going to kill that light. That's way too much. There we go. That's better. Kind of washing things out a bit. And let's see if I can fix this a little bit here. And go light. Yeah, there's a little bit of light for me to work with. Okay. Yeah. Let me get the rest of these messages up on the screen in the chat. Okay, if you are new to my channel, please email me your information that's in there, like real name, your YouTube name, shipping and PayPal info. We do use PayPal, and we ship our our shipping is calculated with Pirate Ship and shipped through Pirate Ship. So you should get an email verification with a tracking number and all that kind of thing, which is always cool. I like to know where things are. We start our bidding at $1. Usually most of the items there are a few items tonight that may not start in the bottom range, around $5 or something like that, but you'll see. I do have a Trafari pin I'm probably going to put out there for you to see. So we'll go with that. Well, probably won't start that at $1. Once I post sold in the chat, that is the end of the bidding on that item. And I do know people try to get in there and snipe sometimes, and when you snipe it before the sold, that just puts it right back into the bidding. So, oh, wow, Marlene. Yeah, I often joke, we're at 900-foot elevation and on pretty heavy soil. It's not like, oh, wow, police station too, geez. If we get flooded, there's a lot more people in trouble than we are. We have had flooding in Vermont this year. It happened up in the north, what we call the Northeast Kingdom, up in, I think it was Orleans, up that way. And they got flooded three years in a row on the same day. I think it was July 10th or something like that. That was kind of bizarre. Yeah, so we are sitting pretty high up where we are. Dogs are doing fine. The little ones, the puppy is 17 weeks now. Finally house trained more or less. So there's no accidents anyway for the past almost 2 weeks now. She's still got some bad habits. We have to break her up. She loves to play with our other 3-year-old dog, and they do that jawing thing, where they kind of bite each other a little bit with that, gentle play kind of thing. The problem with that is that she thinks that she can do that with humans. So something we have to work on. So we always carry a spray bottle, just water, just a little tiny spray bottle of water to just, hey, nope, you can't do that kind of thing, and keep her from jumping up. She also wants to be a counter surfer, and as anybody who's had a Jack Russell Terrier knows, they can jump pretty good, pretty high. I guess someone known to jump as much as 4 feet. So, well, she's not full terrier, so there was some of that. But anyway, yeah, we had a couple of nice days here from the Canadian fires, and we got some rain yesterday, which is much needed. We were getting close to drought conditions here, so we got about 0.6 of an inch, I think my weather station said, of rain yesterday, which was much needed. I've been having to water the garden, and it's still, even with that, it was still pretty dry. It helped a little bit, but I noticed today when we went out this afternoon, it was hazy. Again, they looked at the mountains. We get a lot of mountains around us, and all you can to tell when the smoke is out there, just look at the highest peaks, and they look like they're in a misty cloud. The best way to describe it, I think. You can just tell it's too uniform to be clouds. It's kind of, you can tell it's definitely smoky. So yeah, it's not good, and it's affecting a lot of people with congestion and all kinds of breathing issues and stuff like that. So those that are really sensitive to that kind of thing, people who have asthma and that kind of stuff. So it's not great. Yeah, you think that it's when there's a breeze, it's nice, and it does keep. But this year, we've had some hot, dry, stagnant weather right up till the rain we had yesterday. So we were supposed to go to a concert yesterday with my grandson was playing. He was the only one playing. It's a one man show, and they canceled it because of the thunderstorms. So that's what's happened there. So that's why I didn't do my auction yesterday. But then it was too late once they canceled it to do anything. I wasn't really ready, so I just did the preview instead and went with that. Okay, did I get to post everything? One more thing. I'm just gonna post in there. So as I said, bidding is above $1 and up to $10 and $2 or more after that. Lots of jewelry tonight. I think I'll have some more minerals if anybody's interested in those. And some stuff I don't usually show in auction. So I'm being a little different tonight on some things. No clothing. It's just what I would consider collectibles. I did come across some stuff at the last minute tonight, so I kind of threw that in there. Let me see. I'm trying to look them around here, make sure I'm. Oh yeah, and a couple of really interesting items I picked up today that I'm not sure. I wish I'd had time to test. I'm not sure what they are, and you'll see them in a bit here. But we'll start off with some simple stuff. I have probably 2 good-sized cardboard boxes full of trinket boxes. Those are various sizes and stuff. And I think I'm going to try and get rid of some of those. Hey, Chris. I'm going to try and show some of those, and I'll start with one tonight, but that's all I have is just the one. I also still have some music boxes that I've tried to sell in the past, and I may put those out there and just let them go for a really good price. Yeah, let me think here. What was the other thing? Oh, I do have more toys, and I should probably throw some of those up too. But we'll see. We'll see on that. Not tonight. Not tonight. Maybe next week or a week after that. I'm in the process of organizing. As I mentioned last week, the estate stuff is gone. What was left got collected, and most of it was stuff I wouldn't have put up an auction anyway, except for maybe some of the Christmas stuff. I had about 4 boxes of Hallmark ornaments and that kind of stuff. There was some vintage stuff in there, and all the vinyl that he gave me as well. That I didn't even try to sell any of that as well. I think I did try to sell some of the CD sets here in one of the auctions a while back, and no takers on that, so that's gone. So, yeah, but we have some other good sources on jewelry, so that we're working on, and going to keep working on that, and we'll bring some of that to you. As we also dig through our bins of stuff that we had from the jewelry business from 30 years ago. I'm still digging into some of that and seeing if there's anything worthwhile. Some of the stuff is just raw material, so if there's anybody out there who likes to make jewelry, if you're interested, we'll bring some of that up. Some of it's real stones, like rose quartz and maybe some tourmaline and amazonite and things like that. And we have some sterling stuff like that too. Some various sterling pieces we'll dig out. Okay, so let's get started. I got a late start, and I have my schedule finally changed at work, so I don't have to get up early on Fridays anymore. So Thursday nights work better for me than Wednesday nights because now my early morning is Thursday morning. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. I really did like Wednesday nights, so we'll see how it flies here. And I'll always appreciate feedback, by the way. If there's some times that people say, hey, maybe we should try this night or that night, I'm open. And I'm also open to having some folks who's interested in selling some of their own stuff if they want to learn how to resell or they are already a reseller. I know Beth has mentioned interest in the past, and I'm more than happy to have her join us. So we'll go from there. But yeah, I know Marlene. And I did double check to make sure in case I had something left over that we forgot to pack away. I might come across a piece or two here and there that we forgot to give them, and we'll deal with that. Yeah, if I sell it, I'll take care of that with whatever I owe them. So, okay. Let me see here. All right, let's switch cameras and get started. So that's it. Yakking, whacking. I can talk forever, so my wife will tell you that. I'll talk to complete strangers and talk their ear off. So that's just the way it is sometimes with me. All right, let me get this set up a little better here so I can get the lighting in the proper way. There we go. And this is a trinket box, as you can well tell. Let me get my other light. I just realized I didn't have my other light positioned. Pointed. So here we go. Get some better back exposure here. So it's got a gold tone trim to it here. There is this weird little piece here. I'm not sure what that means. If that means you can take this off and put a picture in here, that's what I'm kind of guessing. That you can take this. See this gold piece that's sticking out here. It almost looks like you could take this piece off and put it's perfect for a small picture frame. Oh, say, I just realized this is not a trinket box. It's a candle. I picked it up out of my boxes of trinkets and just realized it's not a trinket box. So no, I guess you don't want to put a picture in there. That would be very disastrous to put a picture in there. All right. It's not. There's no name or markings on it that I could find. A little bit of residue from a sticker that was on there from something, but I think we will just start this off. This nice little ceramic candle. We'll start this at $4. I just, like I said, some of the stuff that's in the trinket box, I just need to give it away. So we will start with that. And as you can see, it's in pretty good shape. This is just a little bit of dirt on the bottom, but the top is in excellent condition. I probably some dust on it from where it was sitting. I don't understand why there's that little tab. I'll have to figure that one out. But there it is, brand new candle. You can see the wick's still clean. So, I suppose once you get the candle used up, you could use it for a trinket box. So it has dual purpose. But there that is. Yeah, so it was really nice today, temperature-wise. We was in upper 70s, I think, maybe lower 80s. And next week looks gorgeous. 70s and, mixture. So I'm hoping that whatever this cold front that's coming through is going to take the smoke with it. I really hope so. Really, 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 really hope so. Because it's getting annoying. I've been running an air purifier downstairs at night to see if that would help a little bit. I think it has helped a little bit. It's one of those 3-stage ones that has a HEPA filter, a UV light internally, and some kind of ionization. And that seems to work well, although I'm thinking it's time for to clean the pre-filter on it. But we'll go from there. Okay. No interest in that. I'll pass on the candle. Oops, let me type that in the right spot. Pass on that. And put that down there. I came across this. I think I had this in an auction maybe over a year ago. Let's see if I can fit it all on there. I'll have to back the camera up, I guess. The easiest way to show it. Well, let me. Okay. It says, and it's got Velcro on the back, so and it's from a shop that used to be here called the Christmas Tree Shop. Maybe went out of business last year, I think it was. And it says, alcohol won't solve your problems, but neither will water or milk. And so I'm going to call this the cute, and this is wood. It's made out of wood. Cute sign. And we'll start this at $5. I guess that's fair. But Yeah, it might have been a price on here that was going for at one time. Like I say, the company went out of business, and you know what? I think I'll just change this. I'm going to say I think I'm just going to drop this down to $3. Started at $3. Anybody interested at $3? Just and anybody interested at that price? Could be a gift. Could be in your somewhere in your rec room or whatever. We'll start with one more thing here, and then we'll do some jewelry. Well, I did get some emails from folks, and after the last auction, and I think I replied to everybody. And I also have to apologize. There's at least 2 people that I haven't yet properly invoiced. As was mentioned in the earlier with the chat, this puppy has been, let's just say, taking a lot of my time. She was a little difficult to train. Apparently, Jack Russells, they have a ton of, well, she's part Jack Russell, but the part that is definitely there is that she has a ton of energy, and spending a lot of time working on training her. And I also work part-time, and just all kinds of things going on. And I'm trying to get things done, get ready for winter already. In fact, I got a load of firewood coming tomorrow, so that'll keep me busy stacking firewood. But I promise I will try and get the invoices out by this weekend, if not sooner. Also, last week I also had to work almost full time, and that just wore me right out. That's why I work part time. I cannot work full time anymore. It's just too much, too much. So, okay, no interest in the sign. We will pass on that. Okay. Let's start with some jewelry. How about this? Let me bring I want to bring the camera up closer now. And shift things around here a little bit. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can get that there a little better. That's not too bad. Give you an idea of size. It looks like these are over an inch in their post earrings. Just notice I mismatched things on the back. I'll have to fix that. But these are heavier than they look. Let me just show you the whole thing. Take it off the card here. So there's the back. There's the front of one of them. And are they marked? Not really. There's a little thing on the bottom. Let me take a look real quick with my loop, which has to be right plus right here. Huh. Oh, there it is. No. You see on the bottom, it's kind of got that little, looks like a counterweight. Maybe that's on purpose to make the earring stay down like that. But anyway, that is a pair of earrings. I'm going to put a price out there. What am I going to call these? I'll just call these a large round earrings. We'll start these at $4. Is any interest? Again, I'll show it up close. There's the back. And there's the other one. Nope. Oops, nope. Great. Go ahead and drop it. Unfortunately, it's falling on carpeting. Excuse me. And just put this camera back in position here. All right. No, I can tell you they're durable. So, okay. Again tonight, I think I don't have a lot in the way of necklaces. I do have some. If I have a chance, I'll dig out some more. I had some that were within reach just a little while ago, and I forgot to grab them. So I will see if I can. There we go. Okay. No interest in those. We will pass on those. And put that back on the card so we don't lose the post. Okay. These are some of the things that was in the preview. Okay, so I have necklaces with a choice of chain. Now, let me get one of the other chains to show you what I mean. If I can find it here. I had it in my hand a minute ago. Oh, come on. Oh, there we are. No, that's those. Oh, throwing things around here. Well, all right. Fortunately, I've got one here. So I have, this is the first necklace we'll show. So I have two different types of chains, and I can show you. Oops, let me get rid of this off on there. So these are all. I have some of these, and they're all stone pendants. They're real stone. We were at the Gem and Mineral Show a couple weeks back, and managed to pick up some nice ones, I think. But this is a silver-plated chain. I have a choice of that, and I think they're both 18-inch. Now I have these here rope style snake. I guess they call it snake. Let me see what they call it. Yeah, snake chain. They call it snake chain. These are marked 925, but these are also 925, but they're silver plated. I don't know if these are silver or silver plated, but here's the stone. It's a really fascinating looking stone. I can't remember what it is, to be honest. I know I should have written it down when I bought it, but I don't remember. But it's green and with some purple mixed in with it, and it's a real stone. I'm pretty sure the bail is not silver. Silver, again, silver plated. Choice of chain, and we will go. I'm going to call this the green pendant with silver. Whoops, what did I just do? I keep typing in the wrong place. Give me a second. That's what's going on here. Okay. Green, purple pendant, stone pendant. Silver plate chain. We'll start this at let's start this at $9. I think it's fair. Like I said, you have a choice of chain. You can go with this snake or this regular type of chain. Yeah, I think it's a good deal. I'm trying to be fair. I need to make a little money on it, but like I said, pass on my savings to you. I want you to see the stone is really, really very interesting. This is one of the more interesting stones I think I saw. The others, I'm not saying they're not interesting, the other ones, and you'll see some more tonight. But this one was definitely very unique. The others are what you normally see, like rose quartz and that kind of thing. So, but okay. I'm gonna fix my camera so it's not quite so much of an angle. Let's see if I can put more over the pendant. There. Rub my hand. There. It's a little better angle, I think. Okay. 9 with a snake chain. Okay. This we will say going once. Clipboard. I got to grab my clipboard. Going twice. Excuse me. My throat is still bothering me some from all this smoke. And it's been even if cleared up. Last call. Sold. Chris for $9. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And laying it down. Don't forget. So I can always go back and look at the videos, but yeah, I say I can guarantee that these are the snake is silver, at least silver plated, if not silver solid silver. If it's solid silver, you're getting a good deal. But I can't. There's no way to test without destroying it. So I have a few different ones. These are just unknown source, so it is marked 925, but so isn't silver plated chains. So, all right, let me put that in a little bag and mark your name on there. And I have also got some really interesting stuff. What's the today? Is the 14th? That I have had really good luck on eBay with, and I'm going to give you guys a shot at them at a discounted price. And I'll show them right now. Anybody familiar with McCoy pottery? And I got to back up the camera because this thing's big. All right, let me back up this. Listen, bring this up. Get rid of that message on the screen. There. Okay. Thank you, Chris. By the way, if I didn't say it, I apologize. So this is a McCoy vase. And anybody who knows anything about McCoys, they're highly collectible. They were for a time. The state I got this from, they were looking to liquidate. So we got a good deal on this. And I think they knew the value, but they just didn't want to deal with it. So I'm going to start this. Now, like I said, I said at the beginning of the video that there are some things I'm not starting low. I'm going to start this at $20. I've seen these things go for 2 to 3 times that, and I've sold some for 2 to 3 times that. Not this particular style, but I did try to clean them up a little bit. They were quite dusty, and that's the other side. And you can see the marking on the bottom. Let me get that so you can see it properly. There we go. So it is marked McCoy. It's kind of faint to see, but it is there. If there's anybody who loves McCoy, I would package this thing thoroughly with bubble wrap and peanuts and whatever. Guarantee that if it gets damaged, I'll refund you. So, yeah, I just thought I'd bring it and see before I put it out there on eBay if anybody's interested, because it will go for more than that on eBay. I guarantee it. So while you're thinking about that, let me line up some jewelry. see if some of the stuff I keep forgetting to check some of this jewelry to see if it's marked. I don't think it is. But, okay. Alrighty. I didn't put that up on the screen. There we go. Yeah. It's interesting because this place we bought these from, they had a similar liquidation sale. I think about 3 or 4 years ago. We bought some from them some really, really nice McCoy pieces that I sold on eBay a while back, and I was surprised he had more, and we stuck at their sale. Okay. I hope everybody's doing well and not suffering too much from the crappy weather. I just came across some jewelry I didn't realize I had here. I'll have to show that in a bit. Okay, we'll pass on this. Interested later. Of course, I always say this, and people do take advantage of that. We did this last time and emailed me about some items. And I apologize that I know I do first come, first serve. So if you're really, really interested in something, get it. Oh, you're still on a trip? Oh, cool. Well, I hope you're doing okay on that. And enjoying wherever you are, or whatever you're seeing. We haven't traveled as much this year as we wanted. We did go to Maine and did some gold panning. I still have to finish gold panning out some of the stuff I brought back. So, okay, another pair of earrings. Really kind of different. They're on a gold tone wire. And let me give you a close-up look here. It's green and kind of a brass colored piece underneath. It's kind of 3-layered, multi-layered. See that? And then there's almost like seashell piece underneath it. It's not. It looks like a seashell on this side, but when you look at the other side, you see it's actually a brass color on the back. Gold ear wire. And I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. At first I thought it was like a ladybug, but no, I said, no, it looks different. Yeah, we had fun. It was a beautiful spot. And the river wasn't too cold, surprisingly. Usually in Maine, the rivers are extremely cold. I grew up in that, so I know exactly what I'm up against. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to stay still here for a second while I type it in. I'm going to call this green and brass. Oh, what just happened? I just lost my video. That's weird. Let's try again. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, let's try that again. Green and brass on gold tone wire earrings. And we'll start these at $5. I think. I have my list on some of these from my wife from last week, and I should have, because I had these last week and I didn't show them. I'm probably not asking if she told me to ask. Let's see if I can see if she actually wrote one of the ones she wrote. No, I think I got the price right. What do you know? Huh. She called them an antique brass earrings. So that was close. I think the air wires are gold tone, not brass. Okay, let me put that up on the screen there so I can see it. Like I said, more earrings than necklaces, I think. Tonight. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. It depends on what I end up showing for. Like I said, I have some of these stones that we picked up that I really, really liked. Like I said, I have earrings and some of this else I have. What did I do with that? Alright. Alrighty. Yeah, it was funny. Like I said, we brought some stuff back to pan at home here. A little bit of the stuff that we think might have something in it. We didn't get a lot, but got enough to make it interesting and fun. So it's I highly recommend it. If you ever go to Maine, drop me a line. I'll tell you. Coos Canyon Campground on Swift River. Swift River is known for its gold, so you don't get a lot. I mean, it's you get enough to make it fun. So you're not gonna make a living at it. Some of the people out there though, they have all that professional gear, and they're definitely getting some decent gold, but they also are investing in it with some very sophisticated equipment. All right, we'll pass on these. Oops, let's try that again. Let's remove that comment. And we'll try that word again. There we go. Okay. All right. And put that in there. Let's see what's going to be interesting. Oh yeah, this is really cool. I looked all over on this for markings. This thing, as little as this thing is, it weighs a lot. It's silver tone. It is not magnetic. We would think it might be silver plated pewter. Little frog. Nothing. No trim on it. No stones or anything like that. And my wife was saying, yeah, if you take something like this and put it like on a mineral or a piece of stone or that kind of thing, it'd be kind of cool. But we don't know. I have no idea what to start this at. So I'm just gonna say, keep doing this. Keep typing in the wrong spot. I'm just gonna call this a silver tone frog. We'll start it at $5. I have no idea what it is. Like I said, here's my magnet. Nothing. Can't move it. Nothing. And I know that my magnet works. So, anybody in? I see Chris at 5. I see it's really cute. Not very big. I say it's about an inch, a little over an inch long, maybe about inch by inch, roughly. Heavy. I just can't get over it. That's why we think it was pewter or some kind of silver-plated brass or bronze, maybe. I don't know. I didn't have a chance to. This is something I just really got today, and I didn't have time to test it. Even if I did test it and I tested it's silver, that would only tell me it's the exterior is silver. So, but it is not magnetic. So, all right, we'll say going once. Excuse me. I gotta take a water again. Going twice. Last call. And sold to Chris for $5. Thank you, Chris. Find your bag to put him in and put your name on it. Now what's going on? Let me throw this pair of earrings up to look at. These look to be antique, but maybe not. I don't know. They may be antique looking, I guess is the best way to put it. say about those earrings. And write that down. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so this looks like it's turquoise chips on copper. I think it's a copper. Either copper or brass shepherd hooks. The reddish, I say reddish, it's kind of reddish. Looks like a brass kind of color here. Let me dim this light a little bit. See if it brings the color out a little better. Yeah, you can see that reddish, and it is not cold to the touch. So I'm assuming it's just a acrylic on brass. They're long turquoise chips, and let's call these. And we'll start these at $5. That sounds reasonable, I think. I did come prepared with some lozenges tonight because, like I said, my throat's been a little irritated lately. That's not what I thought. Okay. While you're looking at that, I'm just trying to find some other stuff here. That's cute. Nope. I thought I grabbed a box with some necklaces, but I did not. Well, yes, I did and I didn't. That's something I could use. If anyone wants charms, I've got some interesting charms I came across. I can give you an assortment of charms. Oh, a bunch of little charms. Anybody into charm bracelets? Didn't realize I had those. Well, what do you know? Okay. We'll put that bin away. Yeah. Finding treasures. Nice to see you. Okay. I'm not interested in those earrings, so we'll pass on that. I yak away here on stuff. Yeah. Okay. I came across this bracelet that I didn't realize I had, and I may have shown this in the past. I didn't know if I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I showed this in weeks past. This is let's see, Liz Claiborne. It says Liz Claiborne established 1976. So it was a Liz Claiborne bracelet. And bring the camera up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Stay up there. Yeah. So actually, I'll spin it around so you can see it better that way. There. Finding treasures. Your name sounds so familiar. I must have seen you in some of the other auctions. I'm sure I have, actually. Okay. Liz Claiborne bracelet. We'll start this at $5. How's that sound? Now I'll show you the label here. It's got the LC there. And This Claiborne there. We'll show you up close what it looks like. I don't see any other markings on the back of it. There's definitely silver tone. All the markings about silver or anything like that. But I can see it's got a lobster claw style clasp. And put it together here. I'll kind of sort of model it on my fingers because my hands are too big for. There. So focus now. There we go. So it's got two different types of little medallion style pieces on there. And I guess little rhinestones here on this larger one. And I don't know if that, how that looks on there on the camera for you guys, but gives you a pretty good idea, I think, of what it looks like. There. Okay. Alrighty. Another necklace here. And we're going to do the same deal with this necklace that we did with the previous one. And I'm going to, for finding treasures, I'll explain what I mean. But, leave that up for another second or two here while I fix this next necklace. So like I said, these are real stone pendants, and I have choice of two different style of chain. Oh, come on now. Why is there always these little pocket things are so difficult? Okay, there we go. All right, no interest in that. We will pass on the Lewis Claiborne. And we will go with an amethyst pendant. And again, you have your choice of silver chain, silver plated chain. And what was I asking for the other ones? $9. We'll stick with that price. $9. So you get the snake chain you can choose from, and they're marked 925, but I'm pretty sure, you know, this one I know for sure is silver plate because I know where it came from and I know all about it. And it is marked 925, but it's marked 925 because it's silver plate. I wish they wouldn't do that though. I really wish they would indicate somehow. But anyway, I think the stone is actually wrapped in either I think in silver plated wire as well. There's no markings on this. Of course, it's being wire, but it's a really nice piece of amethyst that's been cut and polished. And wrapped in wire and put on a chain. Well, no, not a chain. A chain of your choice. Either this style chain, and they're both 18-inch, or that style chain, snake chain. So, if there's any interest, okay. Let me see what we can get lined up for next. Like I say, I got more earrings than I have necklaces tonight, so we'll probably start doubling up on showing earrings. Okay. Oh, I see Chris's N9 for the snake chain. Okay. So we will say going once. I'm going twice. Last call. And sold to Chris. So let me switch the chains on that. And what I will do while I'm doing that is put up another item. I'll take this off the screen. And how about we, speaking of amethyst, let's start with a, this is not as big as the one I had last week, but it's a nice little cluster of amethyst. And I'll put a ruler down so you get a rough idea of size here while I work on fixing this chain, because I'll forget otherwise. And I think, oh no, thank you, Chris. This did not come from Gem and Mineral Show. This is something I picked up years ago. I forget even where. Might have been at a gem show. I never know. It's been so long since I went. Some of these pieces came from some of the stuff I had from when we used to do jewelry business back in 30 years ago. So, okay, write Chris's name down. Put that in an envelope. Okay. All right. So let's see. This amethyst chunk here. I have no idea what to start with this one at. I think here. Oh, started at $8. I don't think that's too bad. He's any interest in that? Oh, I see Chris at 8. Let me give you a little more detail on it here so you can see it better. So you can see it was from a, this was inside a stone. So they, broke it open. There's the, that's what it looked like on the outside. You'd never know when they open these stones up that's what's inside. Yeah, these crystals. So never know. Okay, you'll say going once. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to keep from sneezing. I'm gonna have to mute for a second here. Going twice. The last call. And sold. Sold. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Let me put that with your other stuff. Okay, I'm going to mute for a second here. Well, I'm not going away. There. Didn't want to hear you blow my nose. That would have been gross. Okay, another pair of earrings. These are gold tone. Post. Had these for a while, I guess. I noticed in my inventory number on the back that it's the wrong inventory number because I tried to look it up. And there's some staining on the back here. I don't know if it's from. But it's kind of a reddish. I'll have to clean these up for you, I guess. Kind of a reddish color, almost magenta. with kind of a goldish tone edge to it. I think it was just acrylic, so they're not stone. I didn't see any markings on these. So, no, thank you, Chris. Okay, so I'm going to call these the square red tone earrings, and we will say $4 start on these. And let's see what's next. I see Chris at 4. We'll see going once. I'm not going to take too much time between things here again tonight. I'm going to just roll through things quickly, I think. Going twice. Oh, okay. I will write that down. The last call. And you write that down. Great. Thank you. And maybe put that in a bag so I don't forget. One. And while I'm doing that, we will put up. What are we going to do? A pin. I have one pin tonight. So I'm going to write on this. Okay. And it's got. I think this is this may even be a vintage piece. I have really no idea for sure. But it's colorful. With a lot of little red crystals and some purple ones in the middle. Gold tone on the back. And as you can see, it's about a little over an inch across, looks like maybe. I didn't see any markings on it. I'm going to bring it up closer. You can see that I just don't see any markings on there. I don't know. Let's see here. What's a good place to start for that? I'm just going to call this the red pin. We'll start it at $6. I don't know. There's a lot of little crystals in that against that purple in the center, gold tone backdrop on it. I don't know if it's supposed to be significant of some sort, shape, or anything. I really don't know. But it does catch the light nicely, as you can see. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to be worn. Hard to tell. I suppose you can wear it either way. Okay. I across some interesting stuff tonight that I forgot I had. I have also coming up shortly a Trifari brooch. So I take that back. I do have one other pin. I thought I only had the one, but I forgot. It's sitting right here in front of me, and I forgot about it. So we'll see if there's any interest in that. Okay. No interest in the pin. We'll pass on that. that side. And these are some interesting earrings. I think I can't tell if the material is. No, hang on, these are. No, this is all tangled up. I'm gonna wait on these. I'll come back to these so I can untangle them. We'll go with these instead. These are long, dangly earrings. I'm gonna call these. And actually, I'm gonna call them long, dangly, red earrings. Oops, so we gotta type it in the right place. Long, dangly, red earrings. We'll start these at 5, I think. Is it any interest? Now they're on a silver tone shepherd's hook. I don't know if it's silver or not. My wife did clean up a lot of these with silver polish, and they seem to like it. But that could be because they're silver plated. You can see the little red seed beads in there in between each of the silver chain type pieces. With I don't think it's a stone at the bottom. I think it's just a large bead. Any interest in those? Oh, I knew I had something that was out of the ordinary as well. I may have shown this too in the past. I can't remember. Okay. This thing set up here so I can show it properly. Ooh, it's bigger than I thought. Good thing I didn't go by the packaging. Okay, no interest in those. We will pass on those. And I have one ring tonight. And it's on gold tone. It's red stone with 2 clear crystals on either side on a gold tone band. It is not marked. I think it's just. I just think it's a not an expensive ring in a way, but it's a very nice ring. It's almost a size 9, right? Just shy of 9. Looks like about 8 3/4. Maybe get right there like that. So I'm going to call this a size 8 3/4 gold tone ring. And we'll start this at $5. If there's any interest. If it's a size 9, or almost a size 9, I should get it on one of my fingers, I would think. And you see the profile of it. Any interest in that? And that will be the only ring tonight. Get the focus. Oh, there we go. For a while on eBay, I had a diamond ring out there that was gold and everything that we had appraised. And you won't believe it was in a bag of jewelry. And it wasn't a simulated diamond, it was a real diamond. All right, we'll pass on that. More earrings. Let's see. Huh. How about some? No, I don't want to do these. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I came across these tonight. I didn't even know I had them. I'm gonna make sure they hang the right way here. These are heavier than they look. Now, what's in the middle is not cold to the touch. But I'll tell you what, there's some weight to this thing, and it is not magnetic. But there's no marking on it. So I'm going to call these silver tone with amber color center. And I think we'll start these at $6. I honestly don't know. I mean, they don't. Like I said, they're not magnetic. And they're a post earring. And let me show you the back. Really shiny, really clean. No markings though. And the edge. And you see that centerpiece is kind of an amber-like piece, but it's not. It is not cold. If it's amber, I would think it would be cold to the touch. So I think it's simulated amber. But there's some weight to it. Now, I'm saying that because I know some people. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I just saw your bid for the ring. I will put. I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna go through the gold ring once and all that stuff. We'll just say sold ring to Chris for $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And grab that because I had set it aside. Where did I put it? There it is. And I'm going to put that in a nice little envelope for you. Okay. Thank you, Chris. That was the other stuff. Okay, so pair of earrings. What did I say? $6 start. I honestly, the quality seems really good on these. So you look at the back; it's very clean. It's not that irregular. When a lot of the costume jewelry, when they cast it, it's just kind of. This looks really clean, and the edges are sharp and well defined. And even though it's a simulated amber, it's pretty realistic looking. And unless amber is not cold to the touch, which I always thought it was. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'll tell you, my wife at the Gem and Mineral Show, there was a woman there. She was going out of business. She had all her amber marked 50% off. And man, was it some beautiful pieces. Yeah, I think a lot of it was Baltic amber. So, yeah, pretty cool. That was a great show. We really had a good time. Went with our 19-year-old granddaughter. Went with us, and she's into that kind of stuff big time as well. So it was a lot of fun. All right, we'll pass on these. And let's do another mineral. I had a bigger piece last auction where I was selling some of this. Oops, wrong clip here. Hang on. Yes, the Baltics. I think is the best. Is supposed to be the best. I think it's supposed to be the best quality amber. My wife knows that much better than I, but she did pick up a couple really nice pieces for herself. Like I said, at 50% off, it was a great deal. But anyway, so here's a piece of petrified wood. What has some beautiful pieces that show. Oh my gosh, this massive petrified wood pieces there for show. I think if you wanted to buy it, I'm sure it was in the hundreds, or maybe some of the stuff they had there was you had to come with a big checkbook. But they had some massive pieces. Some were just for display, but some was for sale. So let's let's start this one at the same price that we did the other. I think $8 for this. We'll start this up. I have some other stuff too. Minerals we'll be doing, but this is petrified wood. It's a nice piece because it really can tell that it was wood, and it looks like it's about 3 inches across. 3 inches in length and about 2 inches across, roughly. So, yeah, we make sure we go every year. There's one of the gentlemen that there's a shop here in Essex, the town of Essex Center, that he has some actually gorgeous pieces in there. And thank you, Chris. I see your bid at 8. It turns out I know that when I first saw him, he owns the shop. And when I first saw him, I said, "Oh, I know him. I used to work with him at IBM." And he retired from IBM and started this shop. And he has some jewelry from all kinds of different local craftspeople. And he has a lot of minerals and stuff, and he knows a lot about minerals and goes through all the shows and travels around and stuff, and also knows good places to go for panning for gold. So he's a lot of fun to talk to, and we talk about old times at work, so it was kind of cool. But if you're ever in this area and you want to go to that shop, I highly recommend it. It's called New Sunterra. I don't think he's got a website. He might though. But we'll say going once, going twice. Last call. And sold to Chris for $8. Let me write that down. Oh, I almost forgot to write down the ring. Not the ring. The ring. Okay, thank you. Put that in the bag. Put your name on it. That one I can fit in the bag. The name of this one, not quite. I don't have a bag quite big enough handy. But anyway, yeah, it turns out, and I knew this growing up, sort of. Where I grew up in Maine was tons of minerals that you can find. There was a mine just the other side of the mountain where my parents had a camp. That was a mine for turquoisite. What's the other thing? It'll come to me. Not sodalite. What's the other kind? It's blue. Anyway, turns out they also have lithium in this mine, and they're trying to figure a way to get it out of there and stay within the laws of the state of Maine. Okay, let's do one McCoy. I'm going to show another one. I have two of these here tonight with me. This is another McCoy piece. Bring the camera up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. No, it wasn't lattice either. It'll come to me. Oh, I know what. And you'll see this in a bit here. Let me see if I can get this on here. I have these cheat sheet cards here. And I have that there. It's not obsidian, no. Not sodalite. Let's see what's on my sheet. You're gonna still love this with stuff. Are you gonna, Chris? You're gonna love this when I show you this after the in a bit. Another thing, labradorite. There it is. I could not think of it. Why couldn't I think of it? When you said lapis, I should have came to mind. But labradorite. They have a labradorite out of this mine. It turns out labradorite is found also with lithium. So pretty cool, huh? Okay, so this is another McCoy vase. Yeah, I can type tonight. And we're just going to start this one at $20 as well. So, so I had another one earlier. This is a different, slightly different than the other one. This is also McCoy. Oops, sorry, let me get that spun around here. And this came from a collection that someone had. And it's got this is nicer. I know. So this is a nice piece. I did clean it up. It was pretty dusty and dirty. Let's see the inside's in really good shape. No chips, no dings, nothing. It's in excellent condition. Like I said, the only place you see any dirt is on the bottom rim, and there was a little bit of something that looked like the gummy stuff you use to stick a piece of paper to the wall. My guess is I think they probably had one of those felt pads underneath it to keep it from scratching whatever surface it was on, and then they took it off, and a little bit of the sticky residue was on the bottom. But I cleaned it all off. That's the only thing I had to clean, other than the dust. But anyway, again, if nobody's interested in these, it will be out on eBay. I guarantee it. So, okay. Let's see. No, I'm moving that up for a minute. Get another drink of water. One of these weeks, I might bring up some of the smaller pieces of artwork I've got that are really nice pieces. If anybody's interested in artwork. Okay, let's see what we're going to do now. A set of earrings here, I think. Oh, yes. Okay, I knew she had this one for me. Okay. No interest in the McCoy. They're very collectible, very desirable pieces of pottery. We will pass on that. And put that aside. What did I have next? Oh, earrings, right in front of me. These, my wife said they polished up like sterling, but they're not marked. So I'm going to call them sterling-like earrings. And we'll start these at $7. And they are pretty hefty. They are, let me check. Where's my magnet? Let me check. Nope. Nothing magnetic on those. But they're not marked that we could find anything on them. There's the back. And she said they were tarnished a bit, cleaned up. They cleaned up like silver, and they certainly appear to be silver, at least silver plate, if not silver. So at $7, that's a good deal, I think. Oh, and I see Chris at $7. So we're going to say going once, Now I can have a sip of water. Going twice. Last call. Excuse me. And we'll say sold to Chris for $7. And if they are solid sterling, you got a deal. You got a really good deal. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I think I love it when I give people good deals and I still make a little bit of money. So you put that in the bag here and put your names in the bag. Get in the bag. Put your name on that one. And write it on my list as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's true. They do sort of look like that, don't they? Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, let's do another. Let's see what I got here. Ooh, I like this. No, let's go with the rose quartz. So again, same deal here. You can go with the silver plated standard chain or the snake chain. And this is rose quartz pendant. I think it's silver plate minimum, at least on the pendant itself, with the chain. And we'll start this at 9 as the others, same as the others. I'll show you the pendant up close here. It's not showing the rose color as well on my screen, but it is kind of a pinkish rose color. So not as washed out looking as this on my screen. That maybe because maybe the light's too bright. Let me turn it down a little bit. Move this up. That's not down. That helped a little. You can still see that it's a rose quartz. And I can say this is the, for those, maybe somebody that's new out there, this is one of the chains that's silver plated. This one's marked 925, but I can't, the snake chain, I can't say for sure that it's silver, but I know that it's at least silver plated. So you have your choice of chain. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. What are we going to do next? Oh, yeah. Okay, so no interest in that one. We will pass on that one. And here's another piece. So we had the frog earlier. Now I've got an elephant. Again, very, very heavy. Let me bring the camera down. It's a little closer, you get a better angle of it. And where did I start the other one at? I don't remember. What did I say for 5? Let's go with 5 on this one as well then. Start this one at 5. Very heavy. Not magnetic. No markings. Let me turn the light up here a little bit. No markings. But it's got some weight to it. And that's why we were thinking, originally we were thinking silver, maybe silver plated brass, silver plated pewter. It's not magnetic, so it's either going to be brass or pewter or silver. If this is silver, this thing weighs a lot. I know some people collect elephants, so, and it's supposed to be good if they have the trunk up, apparently. So, I don't know whether this is. See, it was two different types of elephant: the dromedary and I can't remember the other. This has got the small ears, so whichever one has the small ears. I see Chris at 5. We'll say going once. Going twice. The last call. Sold to Chris for $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's see. What we got here? Let's try these. These are very different. I'm just going to check to see if there's any markings on before I put them up. So I'm going to try and show them the way I think they're supposed to be worn, based on what they see. Oh, that message on the screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it does help hit enter. I know. I sent somebody a text earlier today, and then I went back to see if they replied, and said, no, they didn't reply. Oh, because I never hit send. So these are interesting earrings. They have a gold tone trim on them. They're kind of a greenish and blue swirly pattern in there. Let me turn this light down a little bit. Cut down the glare some here. There. That helps. I think I'm going to have to say, let's see, I want to see these are gold tone trim. I'm going to call it a swirl pattern. Oh, shoot. Do it again. Hit the wrong. Let's try typing that again. Gold tone trim with swirl pattern. I think I'm going to start these at 6. They're really nice. Let me take it off the card here, and that's just my number on the back is just my inventory. Look at that shiny like that material is on the back. But what's interesting is the shape. See how it curls? So I assume this is the top, and you wear it, and it kind of curls under a little bit. And it is got gold tone with that really interesting kind of swirl. I think that's just like an enamel that's swirled on there. Well, I didn't see any markings on here at all. I'm going to leave it there so you can see the back, and the one so you can see the front. And there's the piece that goes in the back. Very interesting. Oh, okay, Chris. You will say going once. Well, you're great giving stuff at Marlene tonight. You're being very sweet. that is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write that down, keep it straight. Just trying to write down the description here so I get it hidden correct. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's going to be walking the pups. Yeah, probably is. Yeah. Okay. It is getting late in the evening, so I want to definitely show this Safari pin. And there's one thing I got to do first before I do that. Somebody texted me. He didn't hear it. That's okay. I hope everybody's doing okay. All right. Okay. So I think, like I said, I don't generally put this kind of stuff up at auction because I never know what it's really worth, and I try to think. I kind of hope that I'm. But this could be worth anywhere from. I don't know. I'm trying to give a number, but let's just show you. It's a Trifari pin. It doesn't say anything other than Trifari on it, and I'll show you that it says Trifari right there on the. I can get that glare out of there. It is a Trifari pin. I think. I think I'm going to give you. I think this is going to be a really good dealer. I think. We started at $25. It's probably the only thing I started in the $25 range tonight. But I think it's worth much more than that. But I really don't know. I've tried to find similar ones, and they range anywhere from $40 up to $100. So hard to know. Some call it some say it might be a crown to Ferrari, but I did not see the crown on there. It just has the copyright. Let me see if I can get the focus. Sorry, let's rest my hand here so I can steady my hand better. Right there next to my finger, it says Safari. There we go. There's the Safari with the copyright next to it. Crown Safari would have a crown on it, and so this is not Crown Safari. Here's the pin, and no other markings. Come on, focus. Oh, right. Yeah. I didn't see any other markings. Maybe you will, but I don't. But it's the only piece tonight I'm going to say that this. And I had another pin that went with it too that wasn't in the box, so I have to find out what I did with it. But, okay. Ooh, I almost forgot this other piece I wanted to show. There's like 2 or 3 things I'm forgetting to show tonight. Let me grab that. Oh. Okay. Oh, I see Chris at 25. Okay, Chris. I think it's a fair price then. That's good. I'm glad to see that. I'm going to say going once. Going twice. Last call. Oops, almost typed that wrong. sold to Chris for $25. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Chris. Okay, now, Chris, I did say there have something in here that you definitely would be interested in, and I think I'll show it now. It is getting kind of late in the evening, and I'll try. I think I can give you. Bring this camera up. You said you like stones. Guess what I came across today? So I'll show you the contents here in a sec. These are obviously for ages 5+, and it says something about 2 to 6 players. I didn't dig into it to find out why it says that, but I guess there's some cards and stuff, and there's some specimens in here. So there are pieces. There's definitely something missing from this, but I thought it was still kind of cool. So I'm sure this went for a lot more than what I'm asking originally. But yeah, exactly. It's perfect for kids. So I'm going to start this. It's not complete. It's been opened. It's been used. But I'm going to start this at $10, and I'll show you what the contents are. It's got a nice little thing. So it has a whole bag full of rocks in here. And you can see there's all these different unpolished amethyst and rose quartz. Nice rose quartz. Yes, some really nice pieces actually in here. Put them on the side here. So you can see what they give you some genuine, different varieties here. Then they have this is what I thought was really cool, because this is where I always get stuck. Let me get these cards out of here. Rock and Mineral Guide. Now, for those of us that are getting on in age and can't remember certain things, like me, it's always nice to have a guide like this. I have one actually, but I never have it handy when I need it. But this is all on one card. There's nothing on the other side. And then it came with these other game of brains and sheer determination. I don't know how the game is played, but it has all this in here. Oh, here's the how to play rock on. So it must use these rocks, I guess, somehow. And then these are some cards that came with Rock My World, and it's got some questions on it, on the cards, about different types of rocks, and labradorite's one of them. So there's a piece of labradorite in here, it must be. Rose quartz, indigo, rhodonite, onyx, aventurine, unakite, septarian, sodalite. But the description on the box, let me put these back in the bag. I see your bid at 10. Oh, is that right? I'll show you what's sitting at my feet, and you'll be amazed here. So I don't know. Some of these I've forgotten what they are. I'm putting it all back in the bag here. But one of the things that's said in there, that's part of what I know is missing. Put this card out so it'll close. It says it has 60+ polished rocks, and that's not in here. But it says 15 specimen rock collection, rock cards chock full of fun facts, grab and go case for the kids, which is exactly what it is. And it's a decent case. It actually snaps nice, closes nicely. There. So pretty cool. There. There's a better light on it. Oh, really? I've got a rock tumbler sitting out in the garage. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll say sold to Chris. I'm not even bothered with the going once or twice. I don't think anybody else is going to jump on this, but for $10. And it's going to be a little hefty, of course. The weight's going to be an issue here with that. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Put that right there. Yeah, just to give you an idea, I've got a lot too. So some really, really interesting pieces here. Some polished stuff, some not so polished stuff. Some pieces like this. There's some labradorite there. I have some labradorite in them. Where is it? Somewhere down here. Ready for tumbling. Oh, hang on, I can't reach it. I've got. They say it's polished stones, but well, they're sort of polished. That's all labradorite pieces in there. Roughly about a pound's worth, I think. Yeah, 1 pound of labradorite. That's one tray, and that's just some of what I have. And this is some of the stuff that I may have tumbled over the years. That just we used to bring to our gem show, our craft shows, and sell them to the kids, for 25 cents a piece or whatever. And some nice pieces here and there, some larger ones like that. And so what I did tonight was I just grabbed a few, and they were in the preview. I grabbed a few of the ones that were nicer. Here's a piece of jasper. That's an agate. And that's another piece of jasper. So what I was going to do is whoever bought the $10 or what you just bought for $10, I'm going to throw those in with it. So we have some nice polished stones. Cool, huh? So that goes in with your, because it was missing the polished stones, so at least throw a couple of decent ones in there. I would be shocked. No, I don't think so. We had a pretty substantial collection at one time, but yeah. So, all right, let's do one more necklace. Let's see here. Speaking of stones, this is goldstone, and the reason it's called that is it's actually a stone that's been treated. And it's, the notes it's shown up very well, but let me see if we can get the light on it a little brighter. You can see the little specks in it. So it's actually an artificially created from a stone. It is stone, but it's been heat treated, man-made. Yep. But I'll do the same deal with this one as I did with the other. $9 for choice of chain. So. Some call it goldstone. It's not technically gold, but and so oops. And we'll do the same thing here. $9 on this one as well. And this is not. I think this is just silver plate on the bail. It's not marked anywhere. It's silver. Yeah. I'm trying to get the. There we go. You can sort of see the specks in it. It's under a bright light. It looks great in my hand, but not so much on camera. I don't know why that is, but anyway. And so you have your choice of standard chain or the snake chain again. So let's see if we can untangle these. There we go. 18-inch chains. Okay. Yes, exactly. That's a great description. Stars in a night sky. Yep, that's a great description. Okay, well, let's up and see what else I got here. I think I hold on that. I have some other earrings here that I think I will see. Is that what I want to show? Yeah, I guess we can do this. Let me take a look at this real quick just to make sure I'm not misleading. Okay, well, let me look at my. So I can look at something in my loop while that's up there. Snake. Oh, you want that one? Okay, sure. Okay, thank you, thank you. I will catch up with that in just a second. So this is interesting. So, um, okay, I want to show a pair of earrings here. I need to be careful what I'm saying about them. So that's why I'm looking at my loop here first before I say anything. Okay. Um, oh, cool. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, like I said, we just did the one trip to Maine this year and some short stuff, but we were hoping to get back out again. I was hoping to get out do some gold painting this week actually, but that hasn't happened. Um, maybe tomorrow if I have time. I'm just gonna go locally here. Um, okay, so we'll say sold to Chris as I'm getting near. I'm getting near the end of my light night here, so I'm not gonna spend time with the going once stuff. For $9. And thank you, Chris. And snake chain. Yep. And put that in an envelope for you. And I get it right down that plus the rock kit. I'm calling it. And yeah, let me know. Just email me when you want me to invoice and ship, and I will do that. I'll hold off on that. Okay, last pair of earrings for the evening. The little piece you can see is kind of a rose gold color on the back. It is they're marked 9 2 the little clips, or what do you want to call them, stays, whatever. I forget what they call them. They're marked 925 for some strange reason, even though they're not a silver color. So I don't know what that means, but I'm letting you know that's what they say. And then there's no markings on the earrings themselves on the back, and they're not really large. They're kind of a rose gold color. Um, First, when I saw them, I thought they were kind of more of a copper color, but the more I look at them under the bright light, they're more of a rose gold color. Oh, that'd be great. Yep, Monday's fine. So I'm going to call this a rose gold color earrings, and we'll start these at I don't know. We'll say 5. I don't know where. They're very tiny. I think they'd be a really for anybody who's. Let's see, Chris at 5. I think they're excellent for somebody who's just doesn't like a large earring, or maybe somebody's just getting started and having like a child with earrings. I don't know if they're hyperallergenic or not. Um, I just know that the little piece on the clip on the back is marked 925, which is kind of weird. Consider that silver in color. So that always throws me when I see that. So is it gold plated? I don't think so. But okay, we'll say going once. Actually, I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna bother because it's getting close to 10:30, and we're just gonna say sold to Chris for what did I say? $5. Thank you, Chris. I'm just trying to wrap it up for the night here. I have a couple more earrings I could show, but I think I'm gonna just take a breather and call it a night. I think I showed all the non-jewelry stuff I was planning on showing. I think. Just look around here, and check, but I think that was it. I'm looking and looking, just making sure it wasn't something I really, really wanted to show. But I'm just looking past or not looking at all. I think I've got it. Let's say there's a few more necklaces, a few more pendants. We'll just save that for next week. And I don't know what day next week yet. If it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday, but it'll be one of the two. Like I said, I now have to get up early on Thursday mornings. Oh, I know there was one other thing. I will save this for next week. And the Trafari, I'm going to put that with your stuff. I have a nice box. So, cool. Okay. There'll be some interesting stuff next week as well, I'm sure. Let me switch cameras here real quick. Let's say it's going off at 10:30, and then it was a long day today. I'll be up early. So, but anyway, as you can see, it's still a mess behind me, and I was hoping with all the estate stuff gone that I'd be able to rearrange a bit, and we'll get to that eventually. Eventually. So, and it'll look a little neater behind me with any luck. I will start showing, like I said, I'll probably bring a few more trinket boxes. I've got some other odds and ends of interesting things and maybe some toys. Anybody out there who's still watching, if you're interested in any kind of HO railroad type stuff, I got a bunch of that. And if there's some interest, so go ahead and send me an email. We'll bring it to auction. I haven't got anything out on eBay yet, so but I've got a box full of stuff. Some stuff that's worth some decent money, so that I can give you a good deal on. So, okay, well, like vintage stuff, basically. All right, well, everybody have a great and blessed evening and weekend coming up, and hopefully you're having some great weather and no flooding, no crazy heat, and no tornadoes and all that kind of stuff that seems to be happening this year. And watching for the hurricanes too, so we don't have that problem generally. So pretty rare for us. So anyway, greetings and blessings from Northwest Vermont, and we'll see you next week, Lord willing.